Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead tarot scope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Your key to the week this week is the Moon card. If you are feeling a little bit more nebulous or maybe even a little bit more reflective than usual, it would not surprise me. What this also suggests as well, in some way, shape or form, you're having a past energy come up so that you can reflect on it or over it. For a select few of you, this could be a week where you're literally spending time next to a body of water. What I will say to you as well with the Moon card, it's not one of my favorites, I have to be honest, right? It rarely represents an easy energy, but it does offer an opportunity for resolution by truly observing what you are actually feeling about a situation. So if this week is a week of revelations for you, it's likely to be revelations that come from within rather than from outside of you. The other thing with this Moon card as well, this week I think you're going to get a really deep insight into where your fears are or what they are, and more importantly what the root cause of those fears are. Sometimes it's an experience, sometimes it's a thought that we have, a recurring thought. Very possible I've seen the Moon represent sort of obsessive thought sometimes, depending on sort of what comes up with it, but yeah, for sure. So keep that in mind this week. It doesn't mean that we throw the whole reading out with the trash, right, as Nico likes to say. It just means that this is a consideration that you're going to have for this week. With that said, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and options this week, you have the Tower card. Okay, so this is potentially a recurring problem or issue that comes up for you. The reason it's coming up now is for resolution. Now, the Tower card in your actions and options, because your actions and options, this is about what you do. It's about the actions that you take in life and the options that are available to you. This is a knee-jerk reaction, right? The Moon card with the Fool card, this is the Moon card with the Tower card. This is you reacting to something rather than taking a moment to respond. Yes, the feelings are going to be there. Yes, how you are feeling is totally valid. Yes, maybe even in this situation you are in the space where you're allowed to kind of kick off or whatever. I don't know if it's the right move for you at this moment in time. And with the Tower card, remember, we always get way more than we bargained for. This is not a good week for you to initiate a fight or an argument. If one comes to you, you shut that shit down. Like, okay? Like, standard practice. This is the way that I approach everything. I don't like to start nothing, but if you're going to bring it to me, you better make damn sure that you finish it, because I will. Okay, on that front, we got a little bit serious there. The other thing with this, in terms of the options that are available to you, remember the Tower card is disruptive surprises. It's things that come in that are kind of like, okay, not really sure how to deal with that. You've got this with the Moon card. So whatever is an option for you this week, it's probably something that you already had a shot at. It's probably a connection, a friendship, a partnership, maybe, business or other, that comes in. And it's like you've already had a shot with this, but it comes back around. And I gotta be honest, it's really weird because like in my head, I'm not hearing the word, but I'm getting this like wave of sweetness. So it's like whatever it is, it will be really nice, but it might be like, oh, this is happening right now. Like this is like the worst time for this to be happening. I'm not sure it is. And I actually think whatever it is that comes in, it will be sweet enough for you to kind of say, okay, not going to do that whole reaction thing because I've now got this to focus on. All right. So keep your options open to the things that keep yourself available to the options that show up right now. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Page of Swords, or the Daughter of Swords in this deck. So there are hard conversations to be had this week. There is you having to, and this is the thing that I love most about Taurians. You guys are actually really fucking intelligent, but you don't like lord it over people. Do you know what I mean? Like you deal with people on a really sort of salt of the earth, down to earth basis. And it's funny. It's just so weird. Like, because until Uranus moved into Taurus, I never got on with Taurians. I just couldn't understand them. And now it's like the highest numbers that I get on my videos. We have the best conversations. I've got Taurus friends that I just absolutely love. And maybe that's what it took. Maybe that mutual reception of, you know, Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, moving into Taurus for us to kind of click and really get each other. And I'm so grateful for it, because I've gained some amazing friends and some actually really amazing insights. But what I love about you is you don't lord your intelligence over people. And sometimes people take that for granted. All right, and I know this, you know, because I've got my own stuff, obviously, we all do, we're all human, right? And so I kind of feel like this week, someone they get it with both barrels and they're like, okay, not really sure where that came from. I wasn't expecting that. Well, you weren't expecting it because you underestimated the Taurus. That was your mistake, not theirs. Okay? Okay. All right. So for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, look, this is an issue that's probably come up before. It might be something that you see, and I don't really like to talk about this stuff because everyone's got way too many opinions and it causes problems, but there might be something political, there might be something racial, there might be something sexual that you're kind of like, you know, we need to change the narrative here. And there might be something that you feel really, you know, fired up about enough to kind of incite a thing. Remember, Mars is retrograde right now. If you don't have Mars retrograde in your natal chart, this is not the time for you to initiate a battle. Plan your strategy so that you can take people down once the proverbial ish starts flying, but outside of that, leave it until a better moment. All right. And also, because of that moon card, observe your feelings around what's going on first, so that when that time does come, you can say, actually, this isn't emotionally motivated. It's on merit, right? What's right is right. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. When it comes to your, those of you that are employed by somebody else, again, a recurring issue, potentially something that really gets under your skin this week. It might be you're the only person in the office working and it's like, hang on a sec, how is it that I'm carrying all of this and you guys are sitting there talking, you know, rubbish for 3-4 hours on a dime, right? When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, I actually like this for you guys because I feel like this is an opportunity that comes back in, but you're going to have to fight for it. That much is evident to me, and it could potentially be quite disruptive. It's the same for those of you that are employed by somebody else. Maybe your boss comes to you and says, look, I want you to take this over. It is going to be more work, but you know, ultimately it's a step towards ... So there are pockets of opportunity if you use this right. I think this is more about preparation rather than action right now. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, look, it kind of feels to me like someone in your life has got a lot going on, right? And it's almost like they're pulling you in because it's like, well, you're the slowest, steadiest person that I know, and I don't really know how to deal with this. So if you kind of feel like they pull you in and then just leave you to deal with it, it's not because they don't want any part of it. It's actually because they really don't know how to deal with this. Even that said, right, as compassionate as we want to be, you can't run away from your problems. Like, I'm here to help you, but I can't shoulder this whole responsibility for you. You need to step up for yourself as well, right? So go get them, Taurus, let them know. Before we get into your love and relations, do you have your winter solstice seat? We're going to be talking astrology, numerology, tarot. We're going to be delving into the human design with one of my guests, Denise Matthew. You guys have seen her many a times. She's been a part of the winter solstice now for, I think this will be her 3rd year. And I'm so grateful for that fact. It gets bigger. It gets more informative every year. It's going to be a really great ride. And I also have another special guest, which I will be revealing this week. And I'm so excited to share that with you as well. So if you want to get your seat, there's a link in the description box below. It's £33.33. You'll get the recording so that you can watch it back if you can't make it on the day of the solstice itself. And there's a little description about what you're getting in there as well. All right, for your love and relations, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. This is kind of where it's coming from, okay? This opportunity that's coming back into your world, if you're partnered, married, or in long-term commitment, it potentially comes through the partner. So your partner could bring you a new job role, they could bring you new business. If you own your own business, they could bring you some kind of input, and it's like, wow, this is actually a really great opportunity. It's completely wrong for this moment in time, but you know what? We're going to find a way to work it in. For a select few of you, this could literally be pregnancy, right? This could be, you know, like when you get to that point with something where it's like, you know what, this is either going to happen or it's not going to happen, right? And so the moment you forget about it, what happens? The thing happens. It's like when you're looking for something and you stop looking for it and then it shows up. This is one of those moments, all right? When it comes to your physical health, those of you that are single, this is someone from your past, all right? This is a blast from the past, someone coming back into your world that is, quite frankly, they're not knocking the door, they're kind of booting the door down. Not in a bad way. It could be very surprising, it could be very sexual, very sensual, it could be that kind of tension of opposites, and it's like we lost our heads, we ended up in bed, and now I'm not really sure what I want to do with this person, but hey, we had fun while it was, you know, while the going was good, we got the going. All right, for your money and materials, you've got the Ace of Wands. So I love this because it suggests that there's ways to make money this week. There's new ways to make money this week. There's creative endeavors and ideas that are coming in. It's going to be by channeling this sort of energy that comes up for you this week into some creative endeavor or something to do with your work. New opportunities are going to arise for you to make more money in the short run. So this could be more hours, it could be overtime, it could be a project of some sort, it could even be that whatever you're doing right now leads to a bonus. But the beauty of it is, because it's the Ace of Wands, it's like you're more kind of just, yeah, it's like you're more focused on what you're, it's like if you focus more on this, you won't really have the time or the energy to get into the gritty stuff. And by doing that, it's like you're generating, like you're just enjoying what you're doing. So even though you're making more money or whatever else it's fulfilling, you're not really looking at that. It's just like, I'm in the moment, let me be in it. All right, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Ace of Wands is gorgeous because this is you getting started way ahead of the new year, right? You're not waiting for January to do the whole new year, new me stuff, which I absolutely love. Let people enjoy things. Let them relish in their New Year's resolutions. I really hate it when people are like, oh, here comes all that new year, new me stuff. It's like, don't be a hater, all right? If you ain't got nothing good to say, keep your mouth shut. That's just me. But yeah, it's kind of like you're starting something now rather than waiting. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Get your ticket for the winter solstice and we will see you there. Take care and I'll see you soon.